Sa ano? Bintana. Late na naman ng 9 minutes. Sarado mga bintana dati. Hi, sorry, late. Kagigising. Nakatulog ulit ako. So, hindi prepared. Ayan. Hi, Florence. Ano yun? Ano yung upload na doc sa purpose of travel ni OWP?
Ang bilis ng question.
Oo nga eh.
Good morning. Ay, good evening pala dyan.
Good morning muna. Kaya over pa sa tulog. Florence, sa purpose of travel, in-attach ko yung LOA ko para sa purpose of travel niya. Tapos, yung LOI niya. Alam mo yung letter of intent. Pagsamahin mo yun. Good morning, Sir Edward Ferdy from Doha.
Oy, Ferdy, good morning.
Fishing Ventures, good morning. Angelica, hi sis. Tapos na yung medical ng mga kids. Nakauwi na sila sa bahay ngayon. Successful.
Ilalodge ng application. Sarap matulog dito ngayon, malamig na.
Sabi, malamig na. Good morning, Rosalie Almonte. Hi, blueberry cheesecake.
Blueberry cheesecake.
I want blueberry cheesecake at saka chocolate mousse. At saka gusto ko na.
Nonsense video.
Hi, Emma, sis. Good morning. Abu Dhabi. Ayan, si Emma yung isa sa tinulungan ko ng LOA sa Lambton. So, she's gonna be coming here by the grace of God by May 20? Oh no, this September 2021 intake siya.
Kung gusto niyo magpatulong ng LOA.
Oh yeah. Before anything else, sorry. Good morning from Canada. Good evening sa mga tao sa Pilipinas. Tapos ngayon sa KSA tsaka sa UAE. Hello everyone. Before we start, we actually already started, but before we proceed, just a disclaimer po. We are not licensed immigration consultants. We are not in any way connected to any agencies or consultants. So lahat po ng mga sasabihin namin ngayon are all based on our own experience, personal knowledge. So if ever po that you still we strongly suggest that if you want to double check all information para ma-verify nyo if it's true and correct, please always check the Canada website. So that's going to be canada.ca. So we always go to CIC website. Oh, good morning. Online si MC. Hi, MC. So MC is a good friend of mine. She also has a YouTube channel that's called SLE or Study Leave Explore. She also discusses study permit application. You can also check her YouTube channel.
Oh.
Connie, hi Connie, kamusta ka na? I hope you're doing well with your application. Nonsense video, hi!
Emma, Christina.
Yun, nag-hi na ako. Si Emma yan, daddy. Sa LOA.
Florence Elcon.
Nasa baba na. Hi, Nika! Oh, Nika is also going to Lambton.
Nika Bell?
Oo, Nika. Nika is also, Nick is also gonna be applying, is also gonna be applying for, is it May 2021 intake for Lambton, Nick, yung LOA natin for you? Ayun. So, Miguel Angelo Solomon. Hi. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. West Coast. Diyos ko, kamusta na ang BC ngayon? Siguro sarap pa rin ng weather. Fall. Ganda ng fall season sa BC. Nonsense video. Meron po kayo mga designated employer na nag-hire ng managerial jobs po dyan sa Canada. We always suggest that you check Indeed.ca for any opening position, kahit na anong industry ka pa, it's always gonna be Indeed.ca. Diyan ka maghanap ng mga ng job opportunities. Or although hindi namin to sinasabing, hindi lagi naming binabanggit to sa mga comment sections namin or sa mga live Q&A namin. Hindi kami connected sa kanila guys ha. Pero nababasa kasi namin sa mga forum, sa mga si AJ Immigration daw at saka si Mercan. Sila yung mga nakakapagpaalis talaga ng mga nasa labas ng Canada ng mga workers. Pero mostly mga skilled jobs. So mga sa food industry, sa yung sa carpentry, ang tawag doon sa yung mga mga laborers. Yung, ang tawag doon dati. Yung sa nagbi-build ng building, tawag doon. Construction, sorry. Wala na talaga ng Visit ka.
Ganyan ka-sweet yan. Nakita niya?
Blueberry cheesecake. Hindi po nakatapos ng college at walang construction nga. At walang masyadong work experience. Di po ba nahihirapan ma-approve ang OWT? Sarky is a good example. Si Sarky is an undergraduate kasi napakabait niyang estudyante nung college siya.
8 years ako nag-aaral, guys.
9?
Ako 9.
Tapos, isa lang yung naging work niya na nasubukan niya. sa Starbucks. Yan. So,
Alshaya ako sa Saudi.
Kapag pumunta naman kayo dito, guys, syempre, initially, medyo mahirap kasi tinitingnan nila yung Canadian experience ninyo, ganun, kung anong skills na meron kayo. But you have to build that along the way, magkakaroon kayo ng Canadian experience. So umpisa mahirap, through referrals, through people you know, you would get that experience. And it's not required for OWPs to have a college degree. Pero advantage na meron silang experience sa mga in-demand na mga work
dito. Kung maging supervisor kayo sa Dubai or something, magamit nyo dito, nagamit ko. Supervisor ako dito. Alain nyo yun?
Pangit ng lighting namin ngayon kasi na-late kami ng gising. Tapos tinamad na kami mag-setup ng ring light, ganun. Pasensya na.
Pati set up kasi. Sabi mo sila.
Blueberry cheesecake. Ay, tapos na pala ako dyan. Nonsense video. The Pitan City from Mindanao. Hi! Maganda daw sa Mindanao namin nagsasabi sa amin. Mayroon akong friend na yung tito niya taga Mindanao. Kaso,
marami akong kaibigan na taga Mindanao nung nasa Saudi ako. Sa sila? Marawi. Ganun.
Si Jeshley. Hi, Jeshley. Anong question ni Jeshley? Where are you, Jeshley? No, that's that. Jeshley, the Lindo San Juan. True po ba on hold ang application for international students? Not on hold, but the processing time medyo mas matagal siya than normal. It's because syempre dahil sa coronavirus ngayon, so medyo mas matagal yung time frame. I'm gonna be honest ha, maraming refusal. So maraming nare-refuse ngayon. May mga nag-file na application nila mga June, July, ganon, August. And some are lucky enough to get a stage 1 approval. Some were able to get an approval, but a lot are getting refusals. So as you would notice, for all of the responses that I've been making when it comes to your proof of funds, your home ties, like kung sinasabi palakasin nyo, lalo ngayon. Actually, dapat naman talaga, kahit hindi ganito yung sitwasyon, malakas talaga yung application nyo kasi mataas yung competition. Mataas ang demand ng international students dito sa Canada. So lagi kong ina-advise, kung hindi naman po dapat malaki talaga yung POF ninyo. Yung POF nyo should be able to cover the hindi ko sinabing babayaran nyo ha, but you should be able to show the visa officer that you have for yourself alone. You can cover the 2-year expenses, living expenses that you would incur while you're here in Canada. And also, your funds will be able to cover the 2-year tuition. You only have to pay 1 SEM lang naman, or the required reservation for the application. But then again, the proof of funds that you'd be showing, for me, this is my own take about the situation right now. Also, hindi lang ngayon applicable, but for any application, the visa officer would look into your proof of funds is if it's gonna be enough for at least for the 2 years. Kasi mas malaki yung funds nyo, hindi kayo maka-question sa POF. Now, if the situation is meron pa kayong kasamang OWP, meron pa kayong kasamang kids, so magiging parang sobrang enough lang para sa required POF ninyo. Which is parang ang question ngayon, paano kung di kayo nakahanap ng trabaho kaagad dito? Paano kung ano? So yung mga ganon. Kaya para maging mas strong.
Lalo na pag winter.
Oo, pa-winter na. Kaya, tapos yung home ties ninyo, syempre dahil kasama nyo na yung buong pamilya nyo, dapat meron kayong home ties doon sa Pilipinas. Anong reason na babalikan ninyo doon? Ganon. So, usual points na napansin namin ngayon, lagi naman for the refusal, yung purpose of visit, which is connected siya sa kukunin yung program, ano yung magiging impact nun sa inyo personally, sa career ninyo, sa pagbalik nyo sa Pilipinas, sa program choice ninyo, yon. So, home ties, ano babalikan nyo sa Pilipinas, and of course, your POF. So yung yung mga bagay na you have to talagang palakasin niyo siya for the application, and most especially right now na ang dami talagang refusal points. Kung hindi pa kayo sure, wag magmamadali kasi hindi naman mawawala si Canada. It took us some time before we even launch our application. It took me a year of research, of reading, of preparation before we actually say na, oh, okay na, ready na, game na, launch na tayo. So, Canada will always be there, guys. Mas masakit makatanggap ng refusal kesa, alam nyo yun, maghintay para sa tamang
Buti nga ngayon,
panahon.
marami na nagbo-vlog yan. Si MC, si SLE, si Jason Jim, yung mga yan, nakakatulong.
Alam nyo, ako na, yung ko, sarili ko, bibihira ako kasing magtanong. So, bibihira lang yung mga taong pinagtanong ako noon. Ngayon, ang dami na. Maraming willing sumagot sa mga tanong ninyo. May mga videos for to share their first hand experiences. So, it's good. Asa na tayo? France. And pioneers of K-12 will be graduating soon. Do you think it's an advantage po yung gusto nilang mag-work sa Canada since na-adapt na nilang 6 years sa high school plus 4 years sa college? Work agad papunta dito po, or you mean mag-aaral muna sila, mag-apply sila ng study permit, France? Well, in a way,
or need pa rin ba mag-study dyan sa Canada?
Need pa rin. Need pa rin. Kasi maraming gustong makapunta ng Canada, di ba? So, yung competition na nangyayari is not just with yung sa mga kapwa mo Pilipino, but all around the world. So, mga kakompetensya mo, may mga masters, may PhD, mataas na yung background, yung maganda yung background nila. Marami na silang mga experiences which will be valuable when they come here to Canada. So, it's still gonna be more to their advantage if they study first. Kasi not sure if someone will be hiring them fresh from K-12. Right? So, unless napaka-skilled nila, kasi yun yung mga hina-hire ni Canada. Lionel Lloyd, how much pa talaga exam out as proof of funds for a 2-year student program? So, as I just mentioned earlier, Lionel, as per CIC, ang required lang naman talaga is for a 1-year living expenses of 10,000 Canadian dollars, and then for you to be able to secure your 1-year tuition. And that's applicable for SDS or Study Direct Stream. For regular stream naman, it's just a 10K, and then you are only required to pay one term of your study program. But then again, as I mentioned, if you can secure proof of fund that would be good enough for 2 years, living expenses, and then 2 years tuition, that is much better, especially for single applicants. And Sparkle with Rainbow Reese. Hi, Sparkle. Nonsense video. kahit anong work po na pwede mag-apply ng PR kasi sabi po nila managerial jobs daw po makakapag-apply din ng PR kasi yan po ang experience ko. I understand. My position then was also the same. The thing is, marami ding, wait lang, sorry. Isa yun sa pathway, pero hindi lang kasi basis yung position mo eh. Maraming factor yon. So, nandoon yung job experience mo sa Pilipinas, anong NOC ka ba, NOCA, B, or 0. So, for managerial position, they're at A, if I'm not mistaken. Top A or 0. Kasi busy supervisor eh. Ano ba yan? Bangag. Tapos, hindi lang yon. How many years of work experience you have on that position. Also, isa yun sa mga factor na kino-consider, pero not just being a manager. I mean, not just your position right now. So, you have to really do your research. Go to canada.ca. Nandoon yung PR pathways, yung immigration. So, you go to, punta kayo doon, hanapin nyo yung immigrants pa yun. Immigrants department. Tingnan ko na nga para sure. Ando doon lahat ng pathway that you can check for that. Immigrate. So, depende sa ano ninyo. Ayan yung CIC website. I hope you can see it. This is where I usually go. This one, and there are several options there. So if you want to visit, if you want to immigrate, if you want to work, if you want to study. So those are the options that you can explore for coming here to Canada.
Live, study, explore Canada.
How much po talaga? Ay, asan na si tayo? Nonsense. Oh. Sparkle with rainbow. Ano po kaya yung sample message ng stage 1 approval? Honestly, I don't know, but let me check for you. Tignan mo muna nga yung ibang message. Well, as far as I know, stage 1 approval, you will receive an email. Kasi parang sa stage 1, wala ka pa dong biometrics and medical eh. Pero na-review na ni, initial review ni VO. So, let's see.
Wala, mag-message ka na lang sa amin.
Kasi hindi ko paano kung i-explain sa inyo itsura ni stage 1 approval. I cannot say for certain, but most probably you will receive an email from IRCC with regards to your first stage approval if in case you get one. So, yun yung mga wala pang biometrics. And na-review na ni VO yung initial documents that you submitted. So, that means na-review niya na yung SOP ninyo, yung financial documents ninyo, yung ano pa ba mga any other documents that you submitted without the biometrics and the medical, or sometimes just with the biometrics. But take note, guys, that some people are still getting a refusal after stage 1 approval after they're done with their biometrics. So stage 1 approval is not a guarantee that you already got an approval. So you still have to wait for the full approval. And as I always say, please don't, as much as possible, if you're going to ask me, this is again my own opinion, if you already got the stage 1 approval and your school would email you saying that, hey, you can now enroll, and then while waiting for your visa approval, I wouldn't suggest that you do that kasi ako kung ako yung nasa sitwasyon, I wouldn't risk that. I would still wait for the full approval of my visa. Kung stage 1 lang, no, kasi may mga refuse pa after that. Wait for it.
Kiara? KRZ?
Hi, Kiara. So,
Hi,
ayan,
Kiara.
laging nagme-message yan sa Facebook. Sa Facebook, page natin. Hi, Kiara. Paano usually ang explanation pag si OWP ang ginawa mong home tie, tas bigla mong isasama na sa'yo? This is not gonna be the first time, Kiara, na na you're gonna be applying first, and then after you get your approval, susunod si OWP, tapos susunod sila kids. Hindi mo naman sinabing hindi mo sila isasama eh. I-mention mo that you're married, that you have kids. I-mention mo then that nag-apply ka sa study permit mo. And then, ayun, pwede mo rin i-mention din na your kids will be left with your husband. Yun nga pala, para sa home ties mo, no? While you pursue your study, blah, blah, blah. And then afterwards, after you get an approval, syempre dun sa letter ni OWP, sasabihin niya din na you just got an approved visa for your study permit, and your husband would love you. I mean, the husband would love to join you for emotional support, financial support, whatsoever. Kahit na anong
Emotional
ekek.
support.
It doesn't necessarily mean kasi na parang na-approve ka na, tapos nagsinungaling ka, yung pala, ano, marami nang gumawa nun, trust me. And I think the VO already knows that. But just, mas mahirap kasi mag-approve talaga ngayon ng family. Especially, kasi alam ko yung background ni Kiara, kasi nabasa ko yung sa SOP niya, at saka na lagi siyang active siyang nagme-message talaga sa Facebook page namin. So sabi ko sa kanya, my advice is for her to apply first muna talaga. So, Mikhail Rock, good morning. Nonsense videos. Question, sakali po makapunta kami ng Canada, pwede po kaya kaming magpa-assist po sa inyo or pa-help makakuha ng work if okay lang naman po. Not a problem. Lahat naman ng Pilipino dito nagtutulungan.
Lalo pag nandito kayo, magtutulungan namin kayo.
Pero syempre, may mga Pilipino pa rin naman talaga na ano. Pero if you're asking us, of course, yes, we will help. As long as makakaya namin tutulong kami. Yun. Fishing ventures, pero syempre, yung nasa Mississauga lang ha. Sa Ontario lang, hanggang doon lang ang kaya namin i-refer kayo. But aside from that, sorry, hindi na namin kaya. Wala mong ganun ka-powerful. Isa lang po kaming hawak na estudyante at manggagawa dito sa Canada.
Oo, yan ang trabaho dito. Tignan niyo, tumataba ako kakatrabaho.
Ayun. Fishing ventures, ask ko lang kung anong agency pwede niyo ma-suggest. We can ask for common law, Canadian po partner ko.
Pakasal ka na?
Wow. Given na, syempre, yung partner mo, mahal niyo yung isa't isa, di ba? O di, mag-apply kayo ng common law. Hindi kami nagsasuggest ng agency kasi we're not connected to, again, any agency or any consultants. We are just doing this. We did DIY. As I mentioned before, we initially asked for help from a consultant, but then later on decided to just do DIY kasi nga, kaya naman. So, yung sa inyo, sa inyo, madali lang naman eh. Ipe-petition ka niya as common law. So, all you have to do, may video kami about common law, which is for study permit, but is also applicable for you guys, even if you're not going to be applying for a study permit. Kasi isa lang naman din talaga ang requirement of common law. How would you prove your common law relationship, right? So, we've discussed on that video the things that we did in order for us to, prove the common law relationship. So long as you have all those documents and then meron ding immigration form that you would have to submit that is notarized, there should be no problem. And then it's just going to be the usual sponsorship na gagawin, petition for common law for you guys. So that information is already available in a CIC website, which is canada.ca. But fishing venture, if you still want to have still have a consultant or an agency for that, we do we suggest DIY, but you can message us and we can try and look for one for you.
3 years na sila magkarelasyon.
3 years.
Living in the same house almost 3 years na po.
Wait, nasa Canada ka na ba, Fishing Ventures? Kung nasa Canada ka na, sa Bohol.
Nag-propose na po ako sa kanya. She said yes.
Nasa Pilipinas kayo. Canadian citizen siya. So yun, panoorin mo yung video namin, Fishing Ventures.
Babae pala.
Oo, panoorin mo yung video namin, Fishing Ventures, for common law. And then if you have further questions, message us on our Facebook page or make a comment. Alam nyo guys, madaya kayo. Mas napapansin ko, mas marami na nag-message kasi nagko-comment. Kaya paulit-ulit. Okay. Asa na tayo?
Pinas
France.
po.
Kapag fresh graduate ka po ba dito sa Pinas, pwede na makapag-work sa Canada or need pa po mag-aral dyan? Again, competitive po yung pagpasok dito sa Canada. Pag fresh graduate ka, parang ako, may degree naman ako sa Pilipinas, 'di ba? Pero kumukuha ko ng postgraduate ko dito sa Canada kasi it would increase the opportunity for me to, to get my dream permanent residency. So, kung yung work lang naman din yung habol mo, I'm not sure there's a lot of competition. So, yung pagkuha namin ng certificate, yung pag-aral namin dito is just our way of increasing our points and pinapalaki namin yung network namin para mas marami kaming options and opportunities for permanent resident pathway. So, kasi na tayo, Dabi. Magbabasa messages.
Saan ba tayo? France Jams.
Asa na tayo?
Or Sparkle with the Rainbow Reef. Baka lang po kasi mali or masyado malaki yung POF na letter namin for family of 3.
Malaking POF is not a problem. Kulang na POF pag medyo may problema tayo.
Recommended amount aside from the usual 10K plus
4K plus 3K. 2 years. Make it times 2. As much as possible make it times 2. Mas malaki, much better. Oo, parang kami, dun sa SOP namin, tsaka sa SOP ko, LOI niya, sa mga letter namin na ginawa.
Oo, nahulog yung cellphone ko. Basag na naman, mami,
Covered siya sa yung 2 years na living expenses namin. Covered yung 2 year na tuition ko sa SOP ko. So, I think that's one of the main, and hindi naman, pero kaya hindi kami na-question sa POF. Na-approve kami kasi yung funds, malaking pinakita namin. Justin Andrew Fonda. Number 1, hello po, hi. Ask ko lang if considered bulk deposit pa baka pag nagde-deposit ka ng 100 to 110K per month, 50 every 2 weeks for 6 months. Kapag consistent naman na siya, and pinamature mo na siya sa account mo, I don't think so.
Daming pera, sana all.
Pero kapag yung mga consistently for 5 to 6 months, where is that coming from?
Nonsense video. Ma'am, yung proof of funds niyo po ba nung nagpunta kayo dyan sa Canada is more than the required funds po?
Yes po.
Yes.
Kaya po namin na mag-student visa sakali po mag-student visa kami. Yung husband ko po licensed nurse and ako po licensed pharmacist. May bridging program dito. Oo, may bridging program dito yung sa nursing. Sa mga registered nurses. Bakit sa US? Pero usually mas
mag-aaral pa sila dito.
Dito sa Canada mag-aaral pa.
Pharmacist at saka nurse.
Lahat ng
sayang yung profession nila.
Kaya nyo.
Mag-aaral yung isa dito ng
Oo, mag-bridging program kayo for nurses. Registered nurses.
Ba't wala na?
Hindi ko alam, Daddy, sa'yo.
Ito.
Kaya naman, wala namang walang imposible. Kaya naman lahat. Kung yung ibang tao nga, di ba? Yung mga ibang nandito na na-approvean for study permit, they're undergraduates and they're, walang imposible. Kiara, does that apply to STS as well? Kasi di ba STS 10K GIC? Alam nyo, as per my, the person who helped me the most during my DIY application is my mommy Lane. And she's still helping a lot of DIYers until now. And I believe in her when she said that for STS, although the STS, sinasabi na niya na 10K yung GIC and 1-year tuition, yun yung basic requirement. So, for you to apply through STS. But then again, the more funds, the better. And I would still strongly suggest, regardless if it's STS, for you to show the VO that you have more than enough funds, aside from the 1-year tuition and the 1-year GIC, which is 10K.
Mahal. Justin Andrew Fronda.
May 1.1 siya. May 1.2 siya. Ito yung 1.2 niya. 1.2.
Kailangan na namin.
Statement of accounts. Yung average daily, average monthly, makikita na pumapasok per month is nasa. So, tingin nyo okay lang yan? Yes. Kung consistent naman yung average ninyo.
Oy, pagpunta mo dito, dala ka ng pundador double light. Joke lang.
Ano ba?
Sheila Kanyeba.
Sheila. Hi, Sheila. Good morning to you too. Good evening sa amin. Ay, good evening. Good morning pa pala. Good morning pala sa inyo pala yung good evening. Hindi ko na. Anong tanong ni Sheila dali? Parang na ako ng chocolate. Yung dark chocolate. So, good morning. Lodge for January. About to lodge ka na. Sa dami ng refusal ngayon na nabang short tips namin. Question niya kasi for January 2021 intake siya. Sabi ko nga, kung lahat ng mga proof of funds niyo supported ng documents kung may bulk deposits, like kami, may mga bulk deposits kami na in-explain ko, ibenta kami ng sasakyan, mga ganyan.
Benta ng sasakyan sa Saudi.
Home tayo namin strong kasi yung dalawang bata na iwan sa Pilipinas, meron kaming pinakitang land title. Aside from that, a letter of reference from a previous employer na may babalikan akong trabaho sa Pilipinas. Smart po bang ituloy ang intake ngayon or pa-defer? That's up to you. I'm not sure. Depende yun sa kung gaano strong yung application mo. You're still gonna be the one who will assess that. If you think your application is strong enough and would be approved for winter intake. Update sa biometrics. Pare-pareho lang tayo ng update. Rodine. Cebu, open na. VFS Manila, they're just accepting passports para sa mga counterfoil. What happened? Di pa open si VFS Manila. VFS Cebu, open na sila pero limited pa rin yung mga services nila. Maraming mga nagpapabook na galing sa Luzon. Pumunta ng Cebu, mga September. Nag-open yan, maraming mga nagpabook. Kaya, pero, yun nga, hindi din advisable na hintayin nyo na lang mag-open. Kasi alam naman yung mga visa officer na
ba't mami yung
nasarado. Kaya, hindi nyo kailangan.
Hulog na.
Ayun. Julian Castillo, tama kabsat, kailangan pag-isipan at pagplanuhan mabuti. Yes, guys. Hindi yung you woke up one day and you said to yourself, I want to go to Canada and study. And then you were just like putting in 3 months of effort and research and preparation, and then you'd lodge your application. That's just too fast for me. Unless, of course, sobrang, alam niyo yun, prepared kayo sa funds, marami kayong mga businesses dito sa Pilipinas na ipapamana sa inyo, mga properties. Alam niyo, well off kayo. Then that would work. That might work.
Maraming pera. At properties.
At properties. But, if you're just like us, which is mga simpleng mamamayan ng bansang Pilipinas, kailangan talaga namin nag-prepare. So, preparation talaga yung sa amin.
Kaya namin walang pera.
Kaya,
mukhang may pera lang. Divine. Hello po. Ask ko lang po how much I can bring my common law partner here in Canada. I'm Canadian po. And
parang ikaw connected ka kay Divine, kay fishing, flying something. You are Canadian.
Ikaw ba yung si Fisher,
Magkaiba ba? Pareho. Divine? Sorry. So, we have a video. We have a video for common law, yung mga requirements. Watch that video first. And then go to CIC website, which is canada.ca, on how you can sponsor your common law partner since you're Canadian na. And the good news is, that Canadian government is into unification. So, palakasin nyo yung proof ninyo for common law. Watch the video. And if you have further questions, just message us directly on our Facebook page. or comment on the video. Responsive naman kami.
France Jams, yes po. Nixon, oy, Kuya Nick, good morning.
Good morning,
Watching
Kuya
from Canada ka pa dyan, ha?
Thank you, Kuya Nick. So,
Mabait yan si Kuya Nick.
So, sila Kuya Nick naman, sila yung may, may consultant, immigration consultancy. Base sila dito sa Canada, mga international students din. Si Kuya Nick, asawa ng international student sa OWP. Si Sir Mick naman, siya naman yung licensed immigration consultant. Sabi ko nga, we are not connected to any of them. We still would push for DIY as much as possible. But of course, if you guys would still, you still want to use an immigration consultant, ask for help from them,
Yes,
then sa kanila ko kayo i-refer. Kasi sila lang yung kilala ko. Oo, and they're very helpful people and they're responsive.
Tawag sa Kuya Nick, may gathering tayo ngayon. Kaya yan. Mabait yan.
The name of
sila mag-asawa.
So I can connect you to them.
Lagi pang nagpapakain.
I can connect you to them. Their name is Sancor Unlimited Incorporated. Edward Ferdy.
Ito po na, si Sparkle.
Sparkle! Meron pa rin si Sparkle. Ang gulo kasi waiting ka na lang sa biometrics, biglang magsisend sila ng correspondence na refuse na application mo kahit sarado ang VFS. Di ka pa nakapagpa-biometrics. Did that happen to you, Sparkle? I'm so sorry to hear that. But it's not just gonna be you who got the refusal even after, or even before you submitted your biometrics. There has been a lot of refusals lately. Sabi ko nga kanina, refusals after refusals. So that's why take your time, study, research, prepare. So maraming na-refuse kahit bago pa yung biometrics. Meron nga na-refuse, basta may nag-effort pa, nagpa-biometrics, pero na-refuse pa rin. So, hindi lang kasi yung biometrics naman di ba? Maraming kino-consider sila VO. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, home type, proof of funds, purpose of visit, those are the major factors for your application that you really have to work on. So, pero wag kang mawawala ng pag-asa. Sabi ko nga, kasi marami kaming kakilala na ilang nagbeses na refuse. Si Kuya HT, laging active yon sa mga live session namin. Nandito na siya sa Canada. Si Kuya HT, he's 42, 41. He's 41 or 42-ish. Kuya HT, sorry na naman sa age mo. Tapos, 4 times ang refusal niya. He still pushed for it. He never gave up on his dream. Sabi nga ni Mami Lane, you don't give up. Hindi, nabasa ko to kanina eh. You don't give up. You just change your plan. So, your game plan. So if the first game plan doesn't work, then you have to revise it. You have to change it. You have to think of things that you can improve. Is it your SOP? Is it your POF? Is it your home tie? Is it your purpose of visit? Those are the things that you work on. I know it's painful to get a refusal, guys. Although I have not experienced it, I don't want to, but I know it's very hard. But if you get that should motivate you more to work on the things that you need to improve. Kasi si Canada, sabi ko nga, nandito lang siya, guys. Work on your... Basta saan ba makakapunta rin kayo?
Oo.
So,
madali. Pag nakapunta ka dito, baka magsisi kayo. Gusto yan umuwi ng Pilipinas.
Ang hirap. Pero lahat para sa pangarap, di ba? Lahat para sa long-term goal to si Canada. Hindi siya...
Mahirap talaga mag-umpisa. Pero pagka... Lahat naman naranasan niya.
So, pang long term to kasi si
Edward Ferdy, can I ask po if anong difference ng Quebec pathway at PNP Express entry?
Hindi ba pwedeng sabay apply? Nakakatawa po kanina na sit ko, no? At alam nyo ha, sorry, nakikita ko talaga yung mukha ko, tsaka yung braso ko, tsaka yung laki. Ayun. Sa Quebec, PN, pwede nyo applyan lahat ng nakikita nyo dyan na qualified kayo. Huwag apply ha. But lahat ng pathway ni Canada that you guys are, may eligibility requirement naman sa Quebec. Siyempre, since Quebec is a French-speaking country, French-speaking province, then I think part of the requirement is for you to learn their language, which is French. Ganon. So,
Paano?
ayaw.
Paano?
Wee. Basta ganon. For the ba? So yun na nga. Yung difference, makikita niyo yun sa CIC. Hindi ko na-discuss kasi masyado tayong mahabaan. Tulad ng sinasabi ko nga, punta kayo sa CIC website, punta ka sa Immigrate, so nandun yung para sa Quebec, nandun yung para sa Provincial Nomination Program naman ng either Ontario, Alberta, Saskatchewan, gano'n. So, hanapin niyo yun, nandun lahat ng information. Trust me, nandun lahat ng eligibility requirements, nandun lahat. And makikita niyo rin yung list of employers listed for like sa bago si Yukon Community Pilot Program, 'di ba? So hindi basta-basta, hindi kung sino lang in-applyan nyo, kailangan nyo ng 2 valid job offers from sa mga employers na kasama sa Community Pilot Program. So you always also have to check that and the eligibility requirements aside from that. So I'm not going to discuss that into detail. Do your research, guys. Okay?
Regine Reyes, good afternoon, Mom. Eileen and Sir Sarati from UAE. Oy, hi, Regine.
Asan si Regine? Ayun. Si Regine, nagme-message yata yan sa Facebook page. Hi, Regine. Olivia. Watching from Jeddah. Hi, Olivia.
Kamusta ang Jeddah?
And soon to apply PR in Atlantic Pilot Program. Good luck, God bless. Mag-e-end ng Atlantic Pilot Program next year. So, good luck sa application mo. Hindi natin alam, wala pa tayong news kung mag-extend si AIPP. Jesh Lee. Now I understand na po.
Thank you, Mark.
You're welcome.
Ito si M. John Charlie. Pa-shoutout po, single Charlie from Qatar.
Oo, single pa yan si Charlie. Ha? Alam mo, maraming kanina. Kiara.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Kiara. Alam ko nasa planning and research stage ka pa lang naman ng ng application mo. That's why you're asking questions. Kasi I've been seeing your post aside from the questions na binabato mo sa page namin, and you're always active on our live session. Thank you so much, Kiara, for your support. And I'm so sorry for all those people na hindi ko talaga kagad nababalikan kasi
like, so, busy rin kami dito, nagwo-work.
Ako, marami kaming research, may work pa ako, ganun. So, by mga times that you would see me active on my Facebook, but I'm not responding, it's not because I'm ignoring your messages, guys.
Yun, ibig sabihin ako yan.
It's because I am video chatting with my children. That's number one for me. Aileen from Sparkle, is Katie pala. I sent you a DM sa FB Messenger. Katie, yes, diba? I know, I heard, I read it. After I messaged you kanina, I just cooked our breakfast. I woke up at 4 a.m. because
we woke up like this.
We woke up at 4 a.m. kasi tumawag yung kapatid niya.
2 a.m.
2 a.m. Kasi
galing
na Baguio. Nagpa-medical kasi mga anak ko. So, nagising kami. Alam nga ng oras. And mahirap kasi pumasok ng Baguio. Hindi pa magpalabas-labas ng province ngayon sa Pilipinas. So, medyo critical yung pagginawa namin na pagpunta sa Baguio ng mga bata. Masyadong maraming requirements, maraming hinanap, maraming hiningi. Kaya, sobrang stressed ako this past few weeks kasi prepare namin yung sa medical nila. Kasi coming from Isabela, going to Baguio to Isabela, maraming pinagdaan ng checkpoints yun. Tsaka may x-ray, may swab test, gano'n. So, rapid test pala. So, kanina tumawag kasi yung kapatid niya ng madaling araw, nagising kami. And then after that, I just cook my breakfast. Sorry ang haba ng explanation ko, Katie, ha. I know very important yun sa'yo. I will do that today, promise. Babasahin ko talaga yung SOP mo. Hindi po ako ang person, talaga ayoko kasi as much as possible. I could give you a feedback based on my personal experience, but that does not mean na yun na talaga yun. Kasi hindi naman ako expert when it comes to, sa SOP. Kasi naaprubahan lang naman kami din. But I will try my best. It's just that sometimes ang dami ding nagpapa-review sa akin ng SOP na talagang hindi ko nababalikan. Why? Because I also have projects and researches where I do read a lot din. Masyado kaming maraming binabasa din. Partida ha, yung schedule ko pa sa Lambton, it's just 3 times a week, half a day. But I'm still, because it's online, people thought na, mas madali ang online. No, mas marami kaming pinapagawa sa amin. Kaya sobrang nai-stress kami ngayon. So yun, I will do that later
Rona
on.
Ramos, hi, yes, able to join this time. What's your opinion about having some MBA units here in PH applying for SP? Parang gusto kong palabasin na it's not unusual for me to get higher ed.
Since you already have that units here in PH applying, parang it's okay naman eh. May mga nag-apply naman din na meron na silang mga masters. So for me personally, I would strongly suggest that you would get higher. Huwag kang kumuha ng diploma certificate. Get a postgraduate certificate na hindi siya considered downgrade sa educational background mo ngayon. It can be something na related to that na hindi na-tackle during nung kinukuha mo yung units mo for your MBA. So you can do your research on that as well. Kunwari, basta hindi siya downgrade kasi medyo magiging questionable siya. Unless of course you're gonna be exploring another program that you're interested talaga, you have to defend that. It has to make sense why you're changing it. Parang ganun. So iba, depende sa approach mo, depende sa program na kukunin mo. But I strongly suggest if it's something that is connected to your educational background in the Philippines, it should be an upgrade. So most probably get a postgrad or a PhD for that. So those are the suggestions that basta upgrade. Huwag kang mag-downgrade for you who already has an MBA.
Maxwell, hello Miss Aileen, ano pong suggested nyo na phone carrier sa Toronto? Kahit hindi po malaki ang data, basta affordable and okay yung signal.
Kami I applied for, kasi meron yung parang promo si Freedom Mobile for sa amin. So kasi kami, nagdala na kami ng phone namin dito. Hindi na kami bumili ng bago. Hindi kami kumuha ng phone plan.
Bili lang kayo sa Saudi ng mga cellphone.
Sorry. Kumuha lang kami ng data plan. So, okay naman yung telepono namin. So, ang kinuha lang namin is data plan. We are paying $125 for the both of our, para sa dalawa sa amin.
45 isa.
45 isa. That's already 10 gig. Plus tax. Tapos unlimited calls, unlimited text sa dito marami within dito, Canada.
Sa ka mo ng problemahin.
Pero sa amin freedom. Naka-Freedom Mobile kami. Tapos $45 ang plan namin every month. Sa kanya din 45. So, sariling phone namin yan.
Yeah.
10 gig. Hindi mo kailangan ng malaki masyadong data. 10 gig is the most advisable kasi may internet sa bahay, may internet sa work, may internet sa school. So, unless of course yung titiran mong bahay walang internet, doon ka magkakaproblema. As online pa.
Yet Tolentino, hello from Kuwait. Oy, hi Yet.
Saan siya? Yet. Kuwait. Oh, Las Vegas. Hi, Irene from Las Vegas.
Irene, oy. Mukhang maganda dyan ah.
Everything that,
ano bang magkasino dyan?
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Ay. Janini
Rodriguez.
Kamusta po and COVID prevention ngayon dyan? Do you have any idea if continuous pong deployment ng mga agency sa Pinas o dito sa Taiwan?
Ano pong pathway from Taiwan? Ano ba? Work po ba? Kasi sa Taiwan, they're known for factories or either caregiving. Pathway na deployment papunta dito. Right now, medyo on hold. Hindi priority ngayon. So, hindi masyadong, hindi naman, hindi ko sinasabing on hold, pero hindi ganun ka mas priority ng government ngayon papasukan. Kasi di ba may travel restriction pa tayo, guys? So, ang sa travel restriction, ang pwede lang makapasok ngayon sa Canada, mga citizens, permanent residents, mga family ng temporary residents like us for family unification purposes. And then yung may mga essential work na kailangan pumasok ng Canada. So, kung hindi naman, like yung sa nurses, doctors, basta mga essential work, sila yung mga nakakapasok. But if not, Hindi pa kayo makakapasok sa Canada. Reynaldo Tan. Hi po. Robin. Kiara. Yes, may sponsor kami. Tito ko. So, US citizen yung
Ay,
tito ko.
hindi ka nanonood ng vlog namin, ha? May bago kami
Ano mo sa
upload
akin,
niyan.
pinanood mo lahat.
Sponsorship.
Meron ka mang sponsor.
Reynaldo Tan. Musta po kayo sa akin? Hi, Reynaldo.
Mataba.
Nakakatabang
Soon
magtrabaho
pupunta
dito.
na din ako ng Canada. We'll see you, Reynaldo. Kapag dito ka sa Mississauga, Toronto. Gusto ko yung accent.
Gusto ko yung double
Toronto.
light tol, ha?
Toronto. Message kayo
Ayusin,
sa amin. Message
babayaran
tayo.
ko.
Message kayo. Gawa tayong get together natin.
Babayaran ko.
Kaching. Wonders. Hi. Nag-apply pa lang po kayo ng LOA. May way ba para malaman yung possible schedule ng target program ko? How did you apply? Did you apply directly to the school? Or did you acquire help from an agent or from someone who's affiliated to the school? Kasi you can get that information either from the school, email them, they're very responsive, or you can get that from the person who helped you to secure your LOA. Janine Gimok, undergrad, Philippine Limited. Limited po ba ang course na makukuha? Gusto ko sana ng luminary ng diploma like culinary.
Oy, ayun si Anthology. Andiyan siya, eksakto. Hey guys, sa Mississauga ako ngayon. Ba't di ka nagme-message? Dapat punta ka dito weekend. Tapos
Ay, wait lang, hindi. Jillian message me, Tro, gusto ko mag-date, kain tayong seafood, po. Pero mag-commute tayo, yan mo si Sharky. Gusto ko lumabas, maliligo na ako after this. Tara, kain tayo sa labas. Commute tayo. Mag-po tayo, kaya mag-Korean, o kaya mag-seafood, kahit anong gusto mo. Ayan, Scientology, she's a graduate of culinary. Although PR siya pumasok dito, she's a graduate of architecture in UST sa UST Philippines. Mayaman pamilya niyan. Tapos, pero napakasimpleng tao. Tapos, kumuha siya ng culinary. PR pathway, siya na mismo nagsabi, marami siyang kaklaseng international students. Pero kung hindi mo passion, don't go for it. It should be your passion.
Subscribe niyo pala yung channel nila.
Oo. Undergrad does not mean that you have limited options and opportunities here in Canada, because again, everyone who comes here will start from scratch. No matter your degree, no matter your background in the Philippines or where you came from, once you come here, you start from zero. Ganun yung buhay dito. Syempre may advantage yung may mga pera, diba? Pero tayo, lahat tayo pagdadaanan natin, pantay-pantay lahat yan. So if you're an undergraduate and you are...
Advantage yung may pera. Kami, mukhang may pera lang. Pero wala.
If you're an undergraduate and you'd want to take culinary, i-prove mo lang ng mabuting-mabuti. Bakit mo gustong kunin yung culinary? Ano yung passion mo ba? May mga pictures ka ba? May mga ano ka ba? Dramahan mo. Ano pa?
Meron din po bang below 700 na rental dyan?
My husband is planning to study there na. And do you have any? Kung si husband lang, guys, oo pala. Sorry ang baboy ko. Ipopost ko naman to sa Facebook page namin. Sa Facebook ko at saka sa mga groups sa Facebook for DIYers. Yung landlady kasi namin, meron silang property sa London and may property sila sa Scarborough. So, sa mga nag-aaral sa Centennial or sa Lambton, Toronto, or for those people who will be attending Feng Shui, sa London naman, they have rooms available. They are very, very, very nice people. They're Filipino, Kapampangan, so they cook very well. But sa Toronto, sa Scarborough pala, walang tao doon. Puro pinapanantahan nila yun. So they have an available room in Scarborough. Yung one room nila is 600. For Feng Shui, ganun din yung price. Kapag single ka, 600. If you are a couple, it's 900. So yun yung ano. Mayroon namang mga ganyan pag siya lang. Pero pag couple, medyo syempre mas mahal because of the utilities. Yeah. So I will post that for those people looking for room rental next year, this year. You can message me. Walang patong yun, ha? Mababait yung mga tao na yun. Wala akong masasabi sa kanila. So, dito pa rin kami, diba? So, may available sila. At saka maganda yung bahay nila. Nagpunta na kami. last week sa London.
Oo, ang
Doon
ganda.
kami natulog sa room na bakante. Ipapakita na, maganda siya. May closet, carpeted yung floor, may closet kayo, maluwang, may drawer pa kayo,
Sa
may
London
study
yan,
table
sa
pa
London.
kayo, maganda pa yung view ng window ninyo.
Maganda pa yung mga kapitbahay.
Loko.
Totoo, maganda.
Jeshley, Belindo, San Juan. Ngayon pa lang po kasi namin plinano ulit, urong-sulong po kami din. Sana ngayon, Jeshley, don't give up. Prepare it. Sabi ko nga, the key is always preparation, research, and time. Always wait for the right time. Maria Abigail Hi, anong chances of visa approval if 1+1 program? Example, 1 year ID, 1 year communication. Thank you. So basically, you still have to apply for the first program, diba, to get your LOA and your visa for study permit. And then after that, after you're done with the program, instead of getting your postgraduate work permit of 1 year, you would have to ask for an extension of your visa and get another program. So for extension of visa, say you would show another POF and then apply for another, for the extension of your study permit. Medyo matrabaho siya, but it's possible. Maraming gumawa niyan yung 1+1. So okay lang naman siya. So 1+1 program is eligible for 3-year postgraduate work permit.
Usually, ang sabi naman po ng sponsor, next year na lang po. Good
So,
luck. Welcome soon.
I think that would be the best. Kasi, lalo na, di ba sinabi ko sa'yo, hindi advisable that the sponsor would have all the funds. Dapat kapag of age ka na, hindi ka na minor, you should have your own funds in your account, in your own bank account. So if you can work that out with your sponsor so that there wouldn't be any bulk deposits, ganon. Ganon na lang yung gawin ninyo. Ma'am, sabi ni, walang ma'am.
Jedeline. Hello, Sarky and Eileen. Thank you so much sa inyo.
Walang anuman po. Nonsense videos.
Ganda ng pangalan mo, no? Nonsense.
My YouTube channel. Asan na? Ayun. Nakapunta po kami ng Canada, magnegosyo po tayo ng employment agency para madami tayong matulungan, sana ibigay ni Lord. Hindi ko alam. Siguro employment agency. Pwede din siguro. Hindi natin alam. Tingnan natin. Employment pero yung ito, this is us just doing it all for free.
Jam Salarzon. Hello po. Hi, Jam.
Hi, Jam. Lionel
Lloyd. Pang-artista yung pangalan mo, tol?
Lionel message us on Facebook. Kiara, pag natuloy po ako sa Canada, pupuntahan ko kayo sa Saskatchewan po ang pasok. Ang layo kaya, Kiara. Excuse-moi. Charot. Tama ka dyan. Tigilan mo nga ako. Sa Saskatchewan ka, nasa Ontario. Layo-layo kaya. Nandun yung kapatid ko.
Magpadala ka na lang ng...
Kayo ang magkita.
Bayaran ko na lang. Transfer.
Hi, Connie. Yan, daming refusals. Ang daming denials. Sobrang dami.
Jefferson, hi, Sarky.
Do you think okay lang sa November na ako mag-lecture December since May? Connie, depende yan ha. Palakasin mo yung, nag-usap na tayo, palakasin mo yung application mo muna. Kapag confident kang malakas na yung application mo, i-lodge mo na as soon as possible kasi May 2021 intake ka, matagal ang approval. If hindi aabot, magpa-defer ka agad. Huwag mo, pag-anuhan mo, kausapin mo yung school for your deferral.
Jefferson Robledo, hi, Sarks Eileen. No joint account as a couple, applying as Mona wife, is husband account also considered as wife account for POF. Thank you so much.
Sponsor ka niya. Yes, it can be considered. Since husband and wife kayo, yung account mo, yung laman ng account mo, pwede niya ipakita as POF niya. Pero i-mention niya na yung sponsor ka niya. Some of the funds will be sponsored by my dear husband who loves me so much. Shararat. Ganon. Pero i-mention niya yung sponsorship. And then gumawa ng letter of sponsorship or affidavit of sponsorship. I used letter sponsorship. You can also go for affidavit. Kaching! Wonders. Magkakaroon pa ba ng problema kung nag-process ako ng student visa kahit may current express entry profile ako? I think I answered this question already, but I would also guys, existing express entry profile, is not an application for PR yet. If you already have an ITA, that's the time that you have to kailangan nyo sabihin. Ano ba kasing term, Daddy?
Si Rona, di ba may application?
Oo, basta hindi, yung kasama namin sa bahay, may express entry profile sila. So long as wala pa kayong ITA, then you don't have to, hindi naman siya factor. Pero kapag may ITA na kayo, that's the time that you have to declare. So, okay lang po na may express entry profile kayo. Rona is a good example. She has, nandiyan siya sa kabilang kwarto. Meron siyang existing express entry profile. She applied for SP. She's here now. So, that's all good. No problem. Golden Corazon Cibulo. Hi po. How much po ang rent ng bahay? I think we need to make a vlog about that. So for basement, 1 bedroom, average monthly rent, I could say is 1,000 to 1,200. That's for 1 bedroom basement apartment. For room, if you're single, it's 600. For a couple, average would be from 800 to 1,000. If you're gonna rent hindi siya basement, it's an apartment. So we can say that you are from 1,500 and above. Pag basement na 2 bedroom, nasa 1,500 and above. So kapag hindi naman basement kasi pinakamura. So kapag hindi naman basement, medyo mas mahal. Why mura ang basement? Kasi malamig pag winter, guys. So may heater siya, pero imagine nasa taas kami, nararamdaman namin yung lamig pag winter, how much more yung mga tao nasa basement? It would be much colder, but it's tolerable. So if you're into budgeting, go for the basement.
Charm Lego. Hello po, watching from Qatar. Mahirap po ba yung English exam ng Lambton? Salamat po. More power, God bless you.
Siyempre, kailangan mo, meron ka na bang LOA? I can help you with the LOA, Charm. Just message me. Marami akong pinaprocess ngayon. Free siya.
It's for free.
Wala siyang
Payosi ka lang
bayad.
sa akin.
Wala siyang bayad. Wave IELTS, you can do that. It's not. I have all the people that I have helped secure their LOA so far, they all passed the English exams. So they help each other kasi. So we have a GC for those people I'm helping with an LOA. They help each other with their reviewers, with everything that they got and how they passed. So it's not easy, but it's not hard as IELTS. But you still have to prepare. And it's free. Kasi si IELTS, you have to pay for it. But the English assessment, the Lambton, you don't have to pay for it. The thing is, you will not get your discount of 1,000 Canadian dollars on the third term if you're going to take the English test in replacement for your IELTS, academic IELTS. Because it's academic IELTS, you have to get a minimum of 6.5. So band score for academic IELTS. General IELTS is also being accepted, but it's not going to make you eligible for the 1,000 Canadian dollar na discount. Ako, ang laking tulong sa akin noon. So ako, natanggap ko na nabawasan yung third term tuition ko of the 1,000 Canadian dollars. Ang laking tulong sa amin yon kasi as you all know, katulad sa Pilipinas, all the schools, they have a yearly increase when it comes to tuition. So although si Lambton is one of the lowest tuition in Ontario with the best schedule so far, that I would strongly recommend. So yeah, it's still gonna be, you still have to review Charm. So there, if you are going directly like applying kay Lambton, it's okay sa school mismo, but you'd have to pay the 150 application fee. If someone else is helping you, go for it. And if no one's helping you yet, I can help you. Message me.
Petro Sonipol.
Watching from South Africa. Hi, Petro. For those people who are watching our vlogs, because most of our vlogs are in Tagalog, in our native languages, in Filipino, you can switch on the
caption.
The caption. Is that the caption? I'll show you. So it's different. It's the same with so it's the same with, like, for this video, like for example, this one is in Tagalog. Oh, there's an advertisement. Hey, boy, don't skip. Help us. Charot. So for those people, because they're telling us, naka-on. And you see that at the bottom,
Ay, payat ko pa dyan.
Ang kinis pa ng mukha ko dyan, pwede ka pa. You will see that it's being translated in English, right? So you would be able to do that too if you want to watch our videos and you cannot understand how it is. So you would see on the upper part, there's like a three dot, upper right part of the phone, of the screen. There's this three dot that you just have to press, and then it would give you the option to have the captions. It would give you there, says captions English. So if in case that you guys would still want to watch our video and it's in Tagalog, you can't understand, just turn on the captions and you would be able to get the translation. And I'm so sorry, we still have to speak in Tagalog. That's our native language. That's the language we're most comfortable at. Although I most often time I speak in English, but of course there are instances where we still would speak in Tagalog. So
30.
30. Hi, maganda po bang mag-retire sa Ontario, Canada? Kung may chance to live in US, pipilian niyo ba? Thank you. Wow, I'm gonna be biased with regards to your question in my answer. If I'm gonna be provided that I will be a citizen of Canada pagdating ng future, anong iprefer ko, maging US, mag-retire sa US or dito sa Canada? I would say Canada. Why? Insurance. Kasi sa health insurance, yung universal system of health insurance dito sa Canada, wala siyang income bracket eh. It applies to everyone. So, it's free for everyone. Basically, kasi you're paying for the tax naman. But the thing is, you don't have to worry about getting your checkups, getting your operations, getting your doctor appointments for the lab test. It's all getting paid by the government. You're all eligible, no matter your income bracket is. As far as the US kasi, according to my cousin, who's also a citizen in the US, nasa income bracket kasi yan. Kung considered low income bracket ka, libre. But if you're on a high income or middle, you'd have to pay for the insurance. So, kasi dito, we don't have to pay anymore. So, I'm biased. I would still choose Canada kasi yung work-life balance is better. Siguro sa races, basta yung environment itself, family-oriented ng Canada, I would choose Canada over US. Since I'm already here, I haven't tried experience living in Canada in the US, but for my children to grow up in, I prefer Canada all the time. Petro, how do you prove ties to home country without property? Partner coming with you. Kids, business, investments, work that you'd return to. So those are the things that you could use if you don't have properties. A solid plan of what you're going to do after your studies. Oh, there. Sparkle. Nag-international student na din si Starkey. Galing. No, he's not an international student. He's still an open work permit. That is an isa sa may research kami ngayon. So I don't want to discuss it right now. I'll be discussing this as more probably we're going to be making a video about this as well. So medyo wag yun. You're welcome. You're welcome, Sparkle. Hanggat kaya naming sasagutin namin again, pero sabi ko nga for any other clarification tsaka mas tamang sagot, go for the website, the CIC website po. Kung may freelance work po ako tapos itunuloy ko sa Canada, counted po ba yun sa well, that depends. Are you gonna declare that work here in Canada? If not, then it's not gonna be counted. Kasi kung yung employer mo naman is not Canadian-based, like it's an online work, who work from home sa Philippines na dadalhin mo hanggang magpunta ka dito and you're not gonna declare it, then it's not gonna be counted for your 20 hours. Sparkle pa rin. Any idea on co-op? Yeah, you would have to. Kasi, di ba, tinatanong niya if kailangan i-upload yung co-op letter. Yes, kasi sa questions, remember, initially, before you create your GCK account, your application, before you upload, may questions. So, kung tanong doon is, required ba ang work sa study mo, yung parang yung sa co-op. Pag sinabi mong yes yun, sa documents na i-upload mo for online application, you'd have to attach that. So, ngayon, sa co-op program, may mga si schools naman kasi, hindi nyo naman kayo pababayaan. Magbibigay sila sa inyo ng list of companies where you can do the co-op. Pero it's still gonna be your own effort to apply. You have to create your CV, your application letter. So, you have, diskarte mo pa rin yun na maghanap ng co-op mo. Ibibigay nila sa inyo na lahat ng resources, like helping you how to create a Canadian CV, polishing your application letter, providing job postings for co-op. It's all going to be on your website. It's all going to be accessible to you. You just have to you have to put in your effort naman to get the co-op position. Michael Barrientos. Uy, basketball player si Barrientos. Sabi ni Michael, paano po magsaselect ng school if student visa ang napiling pathway, especially sa mga walang kamag-anak at friends sa Canada? Michael, what's your DIY video? So it's the most recent video as far as I'm concerned that we've uploaded. Kung sa pagpili niyan, we answered that, we discussed that, but to give you an idea, number one would be, or consider mo is, hindi naman number one. Sige. May mga factors kasi sa pagpili ng province and ng school. Number one, pipili mo muna province. Sa province na yon, may mga peer pathway, marami bang job opportunities. Before school, during school and after school for you to secure your needed Canadian experience for the PR. What else? Tuition for the school. Hanapin mo yung pinakamura. Kasi kahit saan ka graduate, certificate is your certificate. It's your Canadian education. So kahit saan school ka, go check for the lowest tuition and also for the availability of your program. So yun yung mga factors na you have to consider. Why I chose Lambton? Lowest tuition, schedule, maraming trabaho dito sa Ontario, sa Mississauga particularly. Ganun. Sabi nila, bakit hindi dun sa mga mas maganda yung mga ilang school. For me, personally, kung saan ako makakuha ng Canadian education, which would add the same scores with those other schools, I would go for the less stressful environment, less stressful schoolwork, and better schedule and low tuition. So, there. Raymart, The Adventure.
Oh.
Asan yung mouse dad?
Yan. Saan na ba?
Raymart. Ask ko lang kung madali lang pa ba maghanap ng part-time job kapag student po dyan. Maraming part-time job, wag ka lang mapili kasi mahirap. So, usually merong opening, mga grocery stores, fast food, like Tim Hortons, McDonald's, Jollibee,
Walmart.
Tapos yung mga retail, tapos meron yung mga Walmart, Loblaws, mga ganon. So, maraming opening. So, yun. Basta huwag kang mapili, marami naman. Pero yun nga, if you know people who would be able to, who will be willing to refer you, much better. Kasi mas madali kang makakapasok ng trabaho. Nahingal ako. May chance na po bang makapag-travel ng Canada si OWP kahit after March 18 approve yung visa? Si SP po nasa Canada na, kalalabas lang nung news na pina-prioritize nila yung citizens, permanent residents, and temporary residents like us na yung into family unification. So you just have to email IRCC for a travel exempt. Also, wait for their approval for you to come here to Canada. Kahit after March 18 na yung approval ng visa mo. Tapos, you have to secure that letter from IRCC and you have to email them kasi hindi pa rin ganoon, pero may inaaprobahan sila kasi yung sa family unification. Rona
Ramos.
Thank you regarding MBA and SP. Hindi na siya nagsombrero, baka mapansin na naman daw kasi yung Sombrero niya. Dapat generic.
MBA yun.
Dapat generic na lang yung sombrero ko. Mga Nike, Adidas. Hindi na yung ano. Sige, bili tayo. Next year.
Hindi ako sa kanya kasi
Sa akin
napang-out ko
lang.
na sa kanya.
I'm waiting for LOA from Lampton. Okay, Rona. Then, I'll review the course online para mas magandang. Yeah, sinabi ko to, di ba? For creating an SOP, check yung program map, check yung subjects, check kung ano yung program delivery na bina-offer doon sa school ninyo and sa program ninyo particularly. And use that on your SOP, how it's gonna help you personally, sa career mo, bakit kailangan mo yun, gano'n. So, wag very general yung nilalagay nyo sa SOP. It needs to be specific. So, itong kasing program na to, it uses this technique, it has this subject that wasn't discussed during blah blah nung sa Pilipinas, ganun. So make it specific. Available naman yung information na yun sa website ng school niyo. Use that. Kiara, sorry daw, nakalimutan niya lang. Sorry. Charot. Ayoko na, hindi na ako magre-reply sa'yo. Joke. Regan is a girl. Pwede rin bang mag-GIC kahit regular? Yes po. Yes po, pwede mag-GIC kahit hindi regular. Ayaw mo mag-IELTS, kaya di mo na SDS. It's okay. Parang wala nang difference ngayon yung SDS tsaka yung regular.
Hubert Tan, kung occupational therapist ba, mas mabilis pumunta dyan?
Occupational therapist, sila Pam, tsaka sila nag-aral sila dito.
Nawala. Wait lang, nawala. Nasaan ba yan?
Dansoy
Blue. Hello po sa inyo. Ask ko lang po ano opinion sa money laundering sa Pinas. Kasi plano ko pong mag-cash on hand.
So you can bring more than 10,000. So ang 10,000 Canadian dollars in peso, nasa 360. So if you're gonna bring more than 10,000 Canadian dollars dito sa Canada in cash, make sure that you have the documents where the money came from. You have your bank statements, your bank certificate, and why you're holding that. I would suggest that you get a manager's check. Or if you're gonna do that, just declare it. And they're gonna ask you where the money came from. It's more than 10,000 Canadian dollars. Right? Just
Dayan Pineda.
There. Kasi talagang hindi lang sa Pilipinas, lahat ng buong mundo, they're very strict when it comes to bringing money from outside of their country na masyadong malaki yung amount dahil nga sa AMLA. That's the Anti-Money Laundering Act ba yun? AMLA, basta AMLA siya. Yun. Dayan Pineda. Madami po bang IT job sa Vancouver? Actually, meron akong friend na nandito siya dati sa UN, lumipat sila sa BC kasi merong parang PR pathway for information technology people, sa mga IT people. So, you have to explore that. Go to CIC website, maraming mga IT. And they're in demand. Pero mataas din ang competition. So, you have to be very good at what you're doing and also hanap ng work, tiyaga. Punta ka sa Vancouver, meron kasing doon, pathway for ITs.
Nonsense video. Ma'am, why po hindi kayo nag-Saskatchewan?
Bakit hindi nga ba kami nag-Saskatchewan? Ayaw niya sa job opportunity.
Ayaw sa malalamig.
Number one, weather. Kasi galing siya ng Saudi, ayaw niya sa masyadong malamig. So, isa yun sa namin, weather. Tsaka yung job opportunity, mas marami kasi talaga dito sa Ontario. Community, mas marami Filipinos din siguro. Marami din sa iba, pero siguro mas prefer muna namin to ngayon. Sabi nga namin, may option 1, option A, option B, option C, option D kami. So, if
maraming option dapat pagkano. Hindi lang, gusto ko dyan, doon na kayo. Pag-isipan nyo ng maraming.
So, for BC sa Vancouver, I think may mga schools na hindi naman required ang IELTS. Check mo. I can check that for you. You can message me. Hi guys, writing my SOP right now. I got my offer letter. Congratulations. Good luck on your SOP. Galingan mo. Robert Arieta, regarding po sa LOA, magbibigay po ba talagang school as long as naka-apply ka na? Salamat. Dapat, pero kasi may mga certain eligibility. May requirements din si school. So, kapag naibigay mo yung documents mo, they still have to review your DOR, your employment certificates, your if before they give you your LOA. So once you get your LOA and you have your proof of funds, everything has been prepared na and lodge. San. Thank you for answering my first question. You missed my second question. Data analysis kay Lampton. Tuition.
Halos pareho lang.
Halos pareho. Hindi, medyo mas mahal sa IT eh. Kasi may mga laboratory sila eh. Honestly, I'm not sure. Let's see. Sino yan? Si Sansan. I can check for you. Actually, you can check that too. Go to Lampton.
Oh.
Data analysis, right? Ano sabi niya? Parang hindi naman natin. Kasi meron akong isang tinulungan na ng LOA. She's gonna get computer software and database development. And initially, yung first term tuition niya, it's the same as for those other people na sinikure ko ng LOA.
Mga 7,000 to 8,000 per term.
Parang pareho lang yung binayaran niya sa binayaran ng ibang mga
Hindi mo nagkakalayo niyan eh.
Oo.
Sigurado.
Yung ibang mga kasabay niya na nakasecure din ng LOA, pareho sila ng binayaran din for first term. So let's just say ranging from 23 to 24K. Kapag sabihin natin mas marami kayong laboratory, mga nasa 26, sabihin natin, for 2 years.
2 years.
Ano pa?
Nonsense video.
Sabi.
Ma'am, nasabi niyo po ba na kukunin niyo na po ang kids niyo sa first year niya tapos nag-medical na sila ngayon. Kakatapos nila kahapon. Sa Baguio, malapit na.
Kaya ma-approve.
Mga next year nandito na sila by May. Ilalodge na yung application ngayong month. Kunyari ko nag-loan kami ng money para po makapag-student dyan.
Kasama mo ba si OWP mo? Kung kasama mo si OWP mo, kapag isa lang yung trabaho niya, medyo mahirap. Tapos babayaran niya pa yung tuition mo. Tapos magpapadala pa kayo sa Pilipinas na allowance sa mga anak niyo. Medyo mahirap. Kapag nag-loan pa kayo kasi may babayaran kayo, mataas ang interest, diba? So, dapat si OWP, dalawa trabaho niya. Mahirap. Pag isa lang trabaho niya, hindi kakayanin.
Ronally, when I lodge my application in PH and while waiting for a result, can I go back to the country where I work and fly home again?
So, you mean to say, kunwari, you're working, sabi natin you work in Dubai, you went home to the Philippines to lodge your application, you're asking if you can go back to Dubai for your work while you're waiting for your visa? Yeah, you can. And you can fly directly from Dubai going to Canada.
Sally Jude, look, hi to both of you. Hi Sally.
Hi Sally.
Dana Lyson. Hi, good evening. Question. Good morning dito. Question po, may nadi-disapprove po ba sa PGWP? If yes, may idea po kayo.
The only reason why you will not be getting your postgraduate work permit is because you violated the restrictions on your study permit. Meaning, if someone reported to you that you went beyond 20 hours during your study permit visa na in place, that's may nag-report sa inyo, you will not get your postgraduate work permit. Also, if you have failing grades, you have to be a full-time student in order for you to get the postgraduate work permit. So, kung konti-konti lang subjects na kinukuha mo, hindi mo fina-follow yung program map mo. Of course, that's also a reason for refusal for your postgraduate work permit application. So make sure that you don't have any failing grades, you are a full-time student, and you don't violate anything that is on your student permit, study permit.
Nick San, Kuya Nick, mas marami pa din job opportunities dito sa Ontario. This is the Metro Manila of Canada. Kaya Ontario kayo, guys. Dami dito.
Kung may kamag-anak ka sa provinces, go for it. They can help you.
Oo.
Daddy Happy. Si Daddy Happy nag-message siya sa amin sa Facebook page namin niya. We miss you guys. It's been a long time since you uploaded a new video and you didn't go on live. Hindi daw kami nag-live last week, which is true. Thank you so much, Daddy, for,
May
for the
birthday
support.
kasi ni tita.
Hindi kami nag-live kasi nasa
Papunta kami ng
London
London
kami. Birthday kasi nung
London,
nanay-nanayan
Ontario
namin.
hindi UK.
Ontario. Birthday nung nanay-nanay namin dito. So, punta kami.
Overnight.
Maganda yung bahay nila. Mabait pa sila.
Raymart's The Adventure. Ako po, hindi po ako namimili ng work kung anong meron. Go lang basta may work, hehe. Pinagpipilian ko po if Lambton and Seneca.
Lampag nyo na, Raymart. Message ako. Tulungan ko dito sa LOF. IT, mayroon akong papunta ng si Karen. Punta siya. Dapat, siya, January. Pinadefer namin ng May 2021 intake siya. She's gonna be taking up software design and database management. Mississauga campus, so kung magiging kasama nyo kami dito, think about it. Sinabi ko na lahat ng mga magagandang points kay Lambton. If you need help with the LOA, message me. I can help you.
Daddy Happy. Hello po.
Message din si Daddy Happy dito. That's a great. So, sinagot ko yan, Daddy Happy, Sabi ko, walang never refuse sa failing grades sa study visa application. Some schools, though, will refuse to providing you your LOA because of your failing grades. Some schools, they check talaga how many failing grades you have before they give you an LOA. So far, wala akong naririnig na na-refuse because of failing grades. May mga undergrad nga
Nonsense video, wala po kaming anak, ma'am.
Sorry, hindi ko na matandaan yung situation. Ano yun, sa home ties?
Joanne, hi po. We're from Riyadh. Oy, hi.
Pwede po bang mag-SDS stream? No, for Philippines lang po. Hi, Joanne from Riyadh. Sabi ni Sansan, thank you daw. You're so generous in answering our questions. Anytime, Sansan.
So, pagpunta nyo dito, dala kayo ng Fundador Double Light sa Marlboro Blue, babayaran ko, guys. Promise. Wire transfer. E-transfer. Sorry.
Charm Lego. Hello po, na-miss niyo po question ko. Ano ba question mo? Nakapagsabi na po requirements sa Lambton. Kamusta po English exam? Sinabi ko na! Sinagot ko siya. Sabi ko, mas madali siya sa IELTS. Pero, hindi din siya ganun kadali. Pero, kung nag-prepare ka naman, may mga links and search mo lang. You have to review as well kasi meron din siyang writing. Meron siyang reading, meron siyang listening. So, pero mas madali siya kaysa kay IELTS. Promise. Pero magbasa ka, mag-review ka din.
Angelicon Arara. Naalala ko lang
lahat na ba ng DLI, COVID-19 ready? No, not yet. Kasi requirement daw yun, di ba? Oh, guys, if you're not aware yet, may bagong labas na news na student can come in kahit na may travel restriction in place. International students can enter Canada na. Yay! Pero kailangan yung school nyo na DLI is COVID-19 ready. So, kailangan approved siya ng province niyo na they are prepared for COVID-19. So, yun yung mga bagay na kailangan nyo siguraduhin pagpunta nyo dito. Yung school nyo ba? Pwede ba kayo pumasok? Lambton, pwede. Pero, yun na. May issue.
Ronald, thanks for answering my question. God bless your family. God bless you.
God bless you too and your family and stay safe. Jinky, Niner, Kayaban. Hello, Kabsat. Hi, Kabsat. Okay kami lang. Kamusta? Ask ko lang if need po by declare sa SB work ko noong 2015 sa Kuwait at need po ba ng guys, any place na
2015 pa.
Kahit na 2015 yun. Kahit saan kayo nagpuntang bansa na more than 6 months kayo nagstay, yes, you have to secure your police clearance po talaga.
Amy Monina Galang, hi po sa inyo. I'm always watching po sa Q&A nyo. Nagkukumpleto na po ako ng documents for visa application September 2021.
Okay lang ba na mag-apply ng visa kahit by month of April, May, June, July, August, September? Yeah. Pero medyo mabagal ngayon may umabot ng 5 months. So, pero kung yun yung kaya mo go for, okay lang. Kung April pa talagang magiging kompleto at mas prepared ka ng April, okay lang.
Kunanan.
Anong requirements na hinihingi pag mag-work ka ng part-time? Or hiningi ng requirement for employment as part-time? Ano lang, CV mo, yun lang naman. At saka yung study permit, ibibigay sa'yo yan paglapag mo ng Canada. Yun yung mga required na hihingi nila sa'yo. That's it.
Tama.
Reynaldo Tan. Question, mas mura po bang cost of living dyan in students pathway din po bang kinuha ko ba through agency enhanced visa? Cost of living, syempre guys, since Ontario, marami siyang malalaking city, maraming tao, maraming competition. Medyo mas mahal yung cost of living dito sa Ontario compared to compared to other provinces and Atlantic provinces. Syempre sa mga medyo mas malalayo, mas mura yung cost of living nila, mas mababa yung rent nila, gano'n. Mas mababa, parang sa Alberta, gano'n. Mas mababa yung mga rent nila, tapos mas mataas yung basic pay nila hourly, at saka mas mababa yung tax nila, gano'n. Dito sa Ontario, 13%. Basic salary, 14.25 per hour. Nag-increase pala ng 25 cents just last month. Ayan, so, pero manageable. Manageable, guys, kasi maraming trabaho, it's a balance. So, okay lang.
Kaya matakot kasi sa ibang lugar, mababa yung sahod, mababa yung cost of living. Dito, mataas. Mataas din yung cost
Saka
of
marami kang
living.
mahanap ng trabaho. Good luck, Reynaldo, for your application. Always just follow up with your agency, ha?
Joanne.
Plan ko rin po palang gawing proof of home tayo sa asawa at anak ko. Lahat kami nasa abroad. Thanks po. Ay, nasa abroad kayong lahat.
OFW, like me before.
So, parang, alam mo, isa sa pinakamahirap i-prove talagang home tayo kapag nasa OFW kayo, tapos ang tagal nyo nasa abroad. Do you have any properties in the Philippines? Like maybe may pinabayaran kayong condo, ganon, or may bahay at lupa kayo, may investments kayo. Please use that kasi medyo kailangan mas strong pa kaysa sa asawa at anak mo na nasa ibang bansa din. So, what's holding you in the Philippines if they're not in the Philippines, right?
Tamo.
Asa na tayo? Lee, yun din po pala plan namin ng aunt ko mag-loan dyan pera para sa akin full-time and part-time po siya. Baka po sa kanyang bahay ako mag-stay kung magkakagora bells dyan. Okay. Sabi ko nga, if your sponsor is the one who's gonna be like, you have to have your own funds, ha, Lee, on your own account. So, medyo, sinabi ko na yun sa'yo through message. Okay?
Nonsense video. Ma'am, academics yung tinake nyo po ba sa student visa?
Yes. So, it's IELTS na academic, not the general. Para sa Lambton to, ha, para sa discount of 1,000 Canadian dollars on the third term. Provided that I have a GPA not less than 3 for the first and second term. Pero yung GPA na yun, guys, kaya nyong ipikit at itulog yun and you would still get 3. Mataas ang bilib natin sa mga kakayahan natin mga Pinoy. When it comes to studies, we're good at it. And hindi siya ganun mas madaling mag-aral dito sa Canada kaysa sa Pilipinas.
Tama. Couple Kitchenette.
Oy, hi, always. Just to say hi lang. Hi. Good luck. Kamusta na yung application mo? So, Couples Kitchenette is in Ras Al Khaimah, UAE. Keep safe too and God bless.
Welcome soon to Canada.
Yes. Ito.
Angelica Orara.
Paano pala yung 14-day quarantine plan? DLL ba magbibigay ng additional requirements? 14-day quarantine plan is gonna be coming from you. Where will you be? So once nagland ka sa Canada, the border officer would be asking you of your 14-day quarantine plan. Where will you be staying? Who will be staying with you? Will you have your own washroom? It's very important that you're not sharing washroom with someone who's already in here, who's going to be doing your groceries, who's going to be providing you your food for 14 days, who's going to be doing this for you, that for you, stuff like that. So it needs to be a solid plan na kaya mong i-provide yung proof kay border officer. So, if you're gonna be staying in a basement apartment, then ibigay mo kung sino yung landlady mo, natutulungan ka nito, they will call your landlady. So, make sure you have that as well.
Sarky, DLI ready na ba si Centennial?
Not sure, si Zentina. Online pa kaming lahat ngayon eh. So kalalabas lang ng news na yan. I think they're still getting, kasi it has to be approved
Next,
by the province eh, na DLI
next week
ready
yung
school.
lab namin sa Centennial.
Malalaman natin yan. I will definitely post that on the Facebook page. Okay. I'm waiting for the news as well.
Jaedic, high question po kung may balita kayo sa Lambton if may DLI COVID readiness na sila.
Yeah, meron na. The thing is, paano ko bang explain to? Parang you would have to pay a certain amount para dun sa, may bibigay silang letter sa inyo eh. Para sa 14-day quarantine plan and DLI readiness nila na ganon. So, stuff like that. So, yeah, they are, as according to them. But I would have to further verify that prior to, giving the news talaga na I want to be sure. Charm Lego. You're welcome, Charm. My pass and fail? Yes.
May pasindi pong MBA.
Mag-grant ng OWA? Yes, meron na. Yung mga ibang nag-apply ng LOA kay Lambton, may mga hindi pa nabibigyan ng LOA kasi hindi sila pumasa sa English test. So, ang option na lang nila is to take IELTS para makuha ng LOA kay Lambton. Ganon. So far, hindi ko pa na-experience yan sa mga tinulungan ko for LOAs. Pasado pa naman silang lahat. So I wouldn't know yet. But yeah, I heard that there are people who weren't able to get their LOA kay Lambton because of failing the English test. So if you do fail the English test, I'm not saying you but if in case lang, you can take the IELTS, which para sa akin medyo mas mahirap. Tsaka you would have to pay 11,000? Yeah, right? Char. Mary Joy, hi. Nag-comment po ako before about sa properties na ongoing pang payment. Oh yeah, I remember. So a liability can also be considered as your home tie. Regardless if you already you're still paying for it, it's still a property under your name. It is a liability. So make sure that it will somehow affect your POF in a way because you're going to be paying for it. So make sure that you're going to be claiming it for your home tie, but your POF should be a bit higher because of that. I hope that's clear. Mary Joy, can you elaborate po about that? Condo unit and lot po na 2 years pa lang po namin nabayaran. Can it be home ties? Yes. Kasi may nagsabi po, it can have negative effects application. That's what I said. You have to make sure that your POF is higher kasi you would have to take into consideration that you're still going to be paying for those. But it can be your home tie. You're welcome, Ducky Telechano.
Pwede po palagay sa home ties if my family member kayo may medical condition.
How close are you with a family member? It should be an immediate family.
Jaedic, thank you po.
Or your mom. I mean, sorry, but kasi ang kinoconsider lang nila dito na immediate would be your parents and your kids. Siblings. Yes, in a way then. Parang ganun.
Josh Lee, thanks po ulit.
You are welcome, Josh Lee.
At Eileen.
Oh, ano? Bakit?
Ate, bakit
Ate mo. Ano daw? Magkano ba tuition sa Lambton? Ano po yung co-op program? Nakita ko po kasi sa Lambton website. Saan pa kita pwedeng i-message? Messages on our Facebook page. Raymart, The Adventure. Ano ba yung co-op? So that means parang ako, nasa third term ako, tapos magta-term.
OJT.
OJT siya. So,
Yes. On the job training.
Magtatrabaho ka na, hindi ka na mag-aaral. Thank you, Lord. Gusto ko na matapos ang third term ko para wala na akong iniisip na school project. Pero guys, may eligibility din for co-op. Hindi ka pwedeng, porque sinabi ng program mo na co-op ka talaga. Kailangan wala kang failing marks. Kailangan hindi bababa ng 2.8 yung average mo, yung GPA mo. Madali lang yun, matatalino tayo mga Pilipino. Maniwala kayo sa akin, kahit hindi ako masyado nag-aaral, mataas pa yung GPA ko. Mas above pa siya 3.0, above pa siya sa 3.5, so okay lang. Kaya yan.
Daddy happy. Salamat, Sarky.
Message me on my Facebook.
Sana makapag-inom kami ni Sarky pag parating kami. Ay, naku, dala ka lang ng double light. Pwede. Daddy happy.
Oo.
Pag Lambton kayo, marami ng community, dumadami.
Oo, mag-get together tayo.
Dami. Yung last na, namin, tamang kulitan, inom-inom.
Oo, mag-get together tayo next year, guys. Alam ko ongoing pa lang kayo sa application niyo, so maybe we could do a get together soon. Maybe mga sabihin natin mga June,
San.
July, gano'n.
Yes, sir. Noted. Ang fundador double like and magborol. Okay, San, thank you. Pabayaran kita.
Angelicon, balitaan niyo kami about Centennial. Sure. Ay ka naman nag-PPM, sis. Okay lang. Tapos, nonsense, sabi ni nonsense video, ma'am, for example po, nag-aaral husband ko dyan, and ako nun pong OWP. Tapos,
Babae pala siya.
meron po nag-sponsor sa amin para maka-apply ng PR kahit di pa. Tapos, nag-aaral yung husband ko, kaya po ba mag-stop na siya sa school? Wag muna siya agad-agad mag-stop, ha? Make sure na ongoing ng PR application ninyo bago kayo mag-stop. Pero maganda yun, very ideal yun. Ang ganda ng ganan yung parang during the study. Merong mga ganong mga instances, 1 year pa lang. So si OWP naka-secure na siya ng 1 year Canadian experience. So nag-apply na siya ng CEC, Canadian Experience Class. So si student, nag-aaral pa rin siya noon. Kasi syempre, you don't want to take the risk. Paano kung hindi pala kayo ma-PR, di ba? Pero the advantage to that is that an OWP can do the PR while the student's still studying. He's already gaining his Canadian work experience and will be used for a PR application. And that's the best time na kahit student ka pa lang, kapag na-PR na kayo or naka-receive na kayo ng ITA or pwedeng bawas-bawasan nyo na yung subjects ninyo. So long as student ka pa rin dapat. Huwag kang titigil sa pag-aaral hanggat di nyo hawak yung proof na talagang PR na kayo. Approval.
Ronaldo Tan, thanks po. Salamat sa sharing experience nyo. At least may idea ako currently.
Saudi the mom.
Diyan yung dalawang bayaw ko. Nurse. Yung isa.
Lady Jill Carnine. Kung yung business nyo po naiwan nyo sa Pinas, pwede nyo po bang ilagay ang bahay nyo home tayo kahit pinabayaran pa? Sabihin na lang po yun yung income na may iwan, business pambayad sa bahay. Oh, you have an existing business which will still be running regardless if you leave for Canada. If you're gonna go to Canada, says yes, pwede. Pwede nyo sabihin na we have an existing business, we have a monthly payment for a property, but the business is the one who will be taking care of the monthly payment for this particular property. Yes, you can do that.
Nonsense video, Miss Aileen, add ko po kayo sa FB. Bluebell Shop po name.
Bluebell siya.
Huwag sa FB, sa Facebook.
Oy, sorry ha. Alam ko, ang dami kong friend request sa Facebook.
Huwag.
Hindi naman hindi ako snob ha. Hindi ako snob, promise. Marami akong mga friend request sa Facebook. Tinitingnan ko usually kasi yung people in connection to that person kasi hindi sa ayaw kong i-accept yung mga friends. So, kaya lang limited lang kasi yung number ng friends mo sa Facebook, 'di ba? So, as much as possible, gusto ko yung mga nasa friends list ko, yung talagang kilala ko. Wala na akong problema. Gusto ko ding mag-add. Kung sobrang kaya ni Facebook na 10,000 people na pwede kong maging friends, why not, right? Pero mas isasuggest ko pa rin na mag-message kayo doon sa Facebook page namin. Sa mga tao na nag-add sa akin na hindi ko ina-accept. I'm so sorry. Hindi ko talagang siguro dahil yun nga, nasa malapit na ako sa, ayokong maximize yung friends list ko na hindi ko, alam mo yun, I want to, let's just say this, we are trying to separate yung, si Facebook account namin is for our personal use, si Facebook page namin is so that we can still help and you can still reach out to us talaga. So, si Nonsense Video, message me on our Facebook page first kasi mas dalawa kami nag-access noon, mas responsive.
Saka yung Facebook page, saka sa YouTube, minsan mag-comment kayo sa YouTube din namin kasi hindi hindi kami nakaka-reply sa
page.
Sa page. Ganon.
Ayun, so I mean, I'm okay with that. So okay lang din naman. Pero mas gusto ko, alam niyo bakit mas prefer namin mag-comment? Mas marami na nag-message sa Facebook page, which is okay. May mga tao kasing ayaw nila malaman yung question nila, yung situation nila, medyo mas personal. So I understand sa mga sa messages sa Facebook page. Pero pag common and general questions naman, you can do the comment para kunwari may magtatanong din same question, nakita nila yung comment, yung sagot na, yung ganon.
Hindi sa private agad. Pag masyadong malalim na, pwede
pag personal, yung talagang nahihiya kayo, tapos gusto nyo diretso sa amin, we understand. Pero pag yung mga tipong mga general knowledge and
Para hindi na isa-isa yung re-replyan, ganun malaman din nila yung mga
yes,
questions
mabasa
nyo.
din ng ibang
Oo, mabasa
tao.
nila.
True. Kasi nga again,
Para hindi na kami nahihirapan.
at saka parang
Nahihirapan na kami sa inyo, guys.
let's help each other.
Oo.
We give you we give you answers, you ask questions. It can help in a way that other people would know the answer to the same questions that they have, except that nauna na kayo. Parang ganun. So it's helping other people too. So, pwede po bang gawing home tayo sa bahay ng parents ko kahit pareho na po silang wala na po? Dapat nasa sayo yun. Kasi, ano yan eh, kung hindi pa naman nakapangalan sa'yo, so you cannot use that. Siyempre, may mga kapatid ka, diba? So, it should be on a written charla na it's charla, na it's under your name na, or gifted, pero hindi na magigifted kasi wala na sila. I'm sorry to hear that though. Sister mo na may medical condition. Yeah, you can. You can say that you want to help take care of your sister and you're going to go home for her. She's one of the major reason why you still want to go home to the Philippines. Charm.
Last 2 questions.
Salamat sa pagsagot. I'll take the example this week. Yeah, good luck, Charm. Hopefully, maging okay po ang results. Let's pray for that. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for the 60-ish people who was watching us earlier. Now we're down to 49, but thank you guys for staying. Thank you so much for your undying support and for your prayers, for your for helping us promote our YouTube channel, our Facebook page. Thank you so much for the subscription. Subscribe kayo, nagla-like kayo, nag-watch kayo ng video. Thank you. It's helping us a lot in a way then.
Raymart, Sarki, and Eileen.
Ano sabi ni Raymart ba?
My IELTS.
Yung IELTS. Message me, Raymart, sa Facebook page. You can message me right now.
Ito itong pangalan.
So we can waive IELTS for you if you don't want to take the IELTS.
Yung paraso ko mabigat na mataba.
Yan. Pangalan lang namin. May IELTS po ba yan? Jom. Hi, blessed evening po. Nakahabol ka. Tanong lang po, bakit sa job bank hindi nila consider mag-hire outside Canada? Halos lahat po nakapost. Guys, kasi nga, there is an existing travel restriction. And
mahirap talaga.
Mahirap
Siyempre, hire nila yung mga nandito.
Because it's gonna be less expense for them. So,
gastos.
Less gastos for them. So, last question. For September intake, okay lang ba mag-apply sa January? Yeah. Okay lang. Thank you.
Okay guys, maraming salamat. Agyaman kami. Ingat kayong lahat.
Thank you so much,
everyone.
guys.
Sabado kung pwede.
Thank you so much for your time.
Ingat kayo dyan.
God bless
Babu.
everyone.